Today, I'd like to encourage you to stay in your lane. Every one of us in life has been given by God responsibilities, things that He wants us to do and not worry about what others are doing or not doing, and doing things that God has instructed us personally. So we see an example of this in the book of Numbers, chapter 13, in verses 1 and 2. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Send men to spy out the land of Canaan, for I am giving to the people of Israel. From each tribe of their fathers you shall send a man, every one a chief among them." So they're going on a mission from the Lord to spy out the land. He goes on to say in Numbers 13, verses 17 through 20, Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan and said to them, "Go up to the Negeb and go into the hill country and see what the land is, and whether the people who dwell in it are weak or strong, whether they are few or many, and whether the land that they dwell in is good or bad, and whether the cities that they dwell in are in camps or strongholds, and whether the land is rich or poor, and whether there are trees in it or not. Be of good courage and bring some of the fruit of the land." Now the time was the season of first ripe grapes. Now, very simply, simple point today, they were given a job to do. They went, they spied out the land, they brought back samples, they told how it was a land of true blessing, but they also reminded people that there were very large people in the land, and there were big cities and powerful, strong forts. And then they did something that they were never asked to do. In verse 31 of Numbers 13, then the men who had gone up with him said, "We are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we are." And now we see where they got into trouble. They didn't stay in their lane. God didn't ask them to assess whether or not they could have victory. He just told them to go and see what God was going to give them. The victory was guaranteed. God was going to give them the land. They were never asked to evaluate whether or not they had the ability to do it. And in our lives, that's the relationship God wants to have with us. Let God be God. Let Him rule. Let Him be in control. Yes, there are things that may frighten us. There may be obstacles in the way that may make us feel that we cannot continue going on. But I encourage you today, leave that in the hands of the Lord. Stay in your lane. God's lane is to do the miraculous. Our lane is simply to obey the Lord.